Hello, everyone. I'm truly excited today on the new episode of the SDJ podcast. I've got a very inspiring guy with me. He hails from a legacy which he needs no introduction, and he also is the co-founder of the Avishak Group, the Avishak Media, as well as the founder of the Junglee Kitchen. He's a showrunner, a producer, and also the culinary force behind Netflix series Dining with the Kapoors. So I have the one and only Armaan Jain with me. It's such a privilege and honor to have you with me on this episode. Armaan, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for such a kind introduction. Thank you. So finally, we're on this. We've been
Yeah,
chatting for
we've
a
been chatting
couple of
for a
weeks
while.
now, and I'm super
Yeah.
excited to be on.
All right, great. So, as I'm going to begin my first question, I always believe that, whatever we are today is by the blessings of our father and our grandparents. So, I would like straight jump into the legacy, a little bit brief on that, coming from the legacy of Mr. Raj Kapoor. It's been a whole journey. You have superstars in your family everywhere. And, how was that pressure, in terms of early life? Was it always like you felt that, something which you already felt that it was like a very pressurized situation, or what was it like growing up, basically just getting to know a little bit on that which you probably have not told before, so something like
Yeah,
that
no, of
would be great.
course.
Yeah.
So, for us, we were very away from films. I grew up in a sober community, South Bombay kid, very away from cinema, very away from the whole film world. My dad's, from a finance background. My mom's not a working film person or an actor, although she obviously comes from the Kapoor family. So for us, we were kind of alienated for the first, 15 years of our lives, both me and my brother from the film world. Very normal, school routine, a lot of games, grew up with sports more than films around me.
Right.
So grew up with like, football, rugby, cricket, I mean, you name it, we were playing sports growing up, a lot of travel. But the family get-togethers, right? I mean, my early introduction to this whole world, of course, I mean, I had cousins who were much older. So when we were growing up in school, a Karina or a Charisma or a Ranveer were acting. And I mean, obviously, you have friends coming in telling you, wow, man, you're related to this family. It's super cool. I'm like, for us, okay. I mean, I was a bit alienated, right? I mean, for us, it was family meeting family.
Right.
So get-togethers would just be you're meeting your brothers and sisters and your grandparents, which was, a big part of this film was this bungalow that we showcase, which was Raj Kapoor's home, where my grandma was, this beautiful hostess there and would bring the family together. So it was very normal. I mean, in fact, at our homes, it was banter, screaming, shouting, playing cricket, playing sports with each other. All about food, all about family, and less about film. So I didn't grow up in that whole environment of film. It was just spending a lovely afternoon or evening, or spending the weekends at grandparents and with family.
Right.
So that was how that was the early upbringing. But yes, when I decided much later, when I was 14, 15, everything looked very rosy, right? Oh, Ranveer's acting,
Yeah.
someone's acting.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, when I decided, oh, I should become an actor, and I think everything is just glossy and
Yeah.
lovely. Let's go for the success, go for the money, go for the fame. I
Right.
had these thoughts. I was like,
Right.
oh, I think it's I can be like him. I can be like my family. So at that point, when I kind of decided to jump into it, I had to really learn, right? Because I wasn't exposed for 15 years to this whole film world. So it was like starting from scratch. I mean, most filmy kids are doing dance classes at 2 and 3. I mean, I didn't know how to move my right hand or left leg. I had two left feet at that point. So I had to really go through a lot of solid training.
Right.
And I was left back 15 years when I started. And of course, I mean, when you get into it, there's a lot of pressure because everyone is like,
Right.
doing very well. You're starting off, people are comparing you to an older sibling or to your grandfather or great grandfather. So
Yeah.
it comes with pressure. But I gave it, my fair shot for a couple of years, learned a lot. It didn't work out, with the whole acting. I
Right.
still persisted after, but that's life. It taught me a lot over the last,
Right.
uh, 10 years, 15 years in that whole space.
Right. Besides being a culinary genius, also, not everyone knows that you are the brainchild behind the Netflix show Dining with the Kapoors. So, how did that come to the forefront? Was there a moment you thought that, it's time now, I want my family, how we live, as relate to the common people, or, how people live, just bring that side out. You thought that you want to get into that. So, how did that happen?
So firstly, I'll reframe. I'm not a culinary genius. I'm a person who's extremely passionate about food. And I think all our family members and most families resonate with food, and food's a big part of culture and bringing families together. So that's what I saw firsthand growing up, at the Kapoor household, or whether it's my Jain side for my dad's side, paternal grandparents. It was a big cultural thing in our families. But dining with the Kapoors, I mean, Avashak Media, we were incubating a bunch of content, in 2021, 22.
Mhm.
And it happened to be Raj Kapoor's 100th birthday at that point. It's a story I've always wanted to tell, and a lot of people don't really know this, but I conceptualized this film. I created it, and I was showrunner on it. It was my creative, force. It was just a story I wanted to tell about a family. Even from a cultural point of view, we spoke about the whole food thing, right? It's like any other family. हम
Right.
लोग जमीन पे बैठकर खाना खाते हाथों से खाते, and it's just banter over food,
Right.
and our get-togethers are around, like food, and we had a bunch of, like, what I saw firsthand is a bunch of, losses within our family. We saw, we lost certain properties, we lost our studio, but the whole unity in this family, and coming together in good and bad times, is something that resonated with me. And I learned that obviously from my mom. My mom learned from her mother, and I think all of us in this family have that spirit, and I wanted that spirit to come out in this film. Also, we had a family home, which, for us at one point, it was a massive joint family living together, but everyone moved into their own paths,
Right.
staying in different homes. But one constant is that effort to really come together through those decades, whether it was a particular person, and more importantly, it was food that
Right.
really kept binding this family. So that's why I thought of this whole concept, and I really wanted to bring that emotion out in this film, and it was, a remarkable journey doing that.
Right. Also, the word jungly, it means wild or unapologetic. How did this name come, first of all, when you started your brand? And what is the true spirit, you wanted to bring out, when you started this brand? So a little bit on that.
So again, you use the word culinary genius. I said I started, for me it was just pure passion at home, and being this uh, uh, crazy fanatic over food, right? I'm like the guy who can just go around to dhabas and to places and just sit alone and eat. I just
Right.
want that silence when I'm eating, and
Right.
I'm very my style of cooking, and I started cooking very late in life. I mean, obviously, been exposed to kitchen and markets and all those things very young. Uh, is very jungly, is very unsavvy. It's not like plating your food in a certain way and very, presenting in a certain way. It's very jungly, it's very अंदाज से पकाएंगे, because that's the culture, at our homes. जितना प्यार से पका उतना खाना अच्छा ही होगा. So ये ग्राम से measure करके मत खिलाओ लोगों को, ढेर सारा घी डालो. So that mentality is with what I cook with. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, when you kind of, build a business, you have to kind of go by the gram
Right.
and keep consistency. But just my style and my andaz of cooking and food is slightly haphazard. Also, our marquee item is jungly mas, and that's something that, people over years have come to our homes and like cherished and wanted to eat. And it's my favorite item, jungly mutton. So the word jungly just clicked with me, and I thought it's pretty, like, nice, and yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the reason.
Today, if I see Arman, probably 5 or 10 years down the line, I'm sure you set certain targets and goals for yourself. Where do you I see you probably 5 years down the line, what you wanting to achieve, or what you've planned you want to do. So,
So, I mean, I'll be honest. There are two journeys I've embarked on. One is the film production journey,
right.
and the second is, the food business, Jungly Kitchen. Uh, I'll take one by one. So I think in the next, let's take 5 years as a short term goal.
Yeah.
I do see myself as, a producer, both producing films for OTT platforms, and uh, theatrical's always been my larger dream.
Mhm.
And I think at some point I would love to direct and produce a film theatrically. Um, and yeah, be a producer. I mean, we're very general agnostic as a company. If concepts, resonate with us and we truly believe in it, we will touch it. Uh, it's very easy at this juncture to kind of, jump and try many things, and try to make it a commercial. I mean, sadly, or great. It's a gift to a lot of people that cinema has also commercialized a lot in the last, 5 years. So we have to be up with the game. But we as a company truly want to build films that we believe in. So yes, I mean, if with the right, right time, right place, hopefully be producers who are doing at least, 3 to 5 OTT films a year would be a target, and hopefully 1 to 2 theatricals a year in the next 5 years. I mean, this is a general goal right now. The Jungly Kitchen right now is a cloud kitchen business where we're in 7 outlets already in the last 3 months. Uh, we're in 4 outlets in Mumbai and 3 in Bangalore. The aim in 3 years is to be in about 150 outlets in about 5 to 7 cities. Uh, that's the cloud kitchen business, feed pan India. Also looking at within the next 5 years to roll out certain ready to eat and FMCG products. So I've been working and doing some R&D on that.
Right.
uh, Again, products that have this cultural and heritage value to me, and things that I've seen growing up, things like desi ghee and things that resonate with my family and me. So
Right.
been working on certain products, and would love to see that up and running as well in the next 5 years.
Okay, lovely. Also, I want to talk about, Armand, I think, the F&B business is very tough. It's cutthroat, it's not easy. When you see running any kind of an F&B brand, there's a lot of survey which has been done, behind the scenes. And, I want to know what are the challenges and hustles that you faced, when you really started this brand? Because a lot of people, when they start a startup, also, they get disappointed. They have a lot of pressure that, oh, I've got my family legacy's name also involved. I don't want to fail, but I feel that failure is a stepping stone to success. So whatever you do, I think that you will learn or grow with whatever you do, whatever your heart tells you, or you have the inner gut which tells you, you want to do this. So what are the challenges at that time you faced? I want to share some light on that as well.
No, I mean, the challenges are every day. The challenge is not back then. I mean, the failures every single day, right? You're learning, especially when you're serving food to an audience. I mean,
Yeah,
a large audience, you have to completely be, let's say, I mean, both businesses, right? Film and food.
yeah, yeah,
It can hurt you at times because,
right,
feedback can be so negative,
yeah,
at times can be drastic, at
yeah,
times can be very good. But you have to keep adapting to your customers, and that's something that I'm seeing, right? New to this business
right,
right now in the whole
right,
cloud kitchen space. But I'll give you, I mean, a couple of examples. I mean, when both of us did start, I mean, obviously it's very, the first thing you think about when you think about food is, oh, I want to open this cool, posh restaurant and it'll be super
yeah,
cool and we'll do this and do that. And then that's the initial thought, right? And then both of us, me and Anis, actually my wife,
yeah,
she was when I was cooking during COVID, and this is how it actually started. I was documenting my grandma's recipes so
yeah,
it would just not get lost, beyond time, and I could feed my son, feed my family, feed myself out of, I
yeah,
won't say greed, but out of, whatever reason to restore them. She found like this, hidden talent of me cooking and, loving, obviously I've loved to feed people at our homes for so many years. So she kind of, pushed me towards, doing this commercially. Now, I myself was someone who was like, okay, let's keep these recipes only for,
yeah,
hosting parties. That's it's
right,
a family thing that's been, there for so many years. लोग क्या बोलेंगे कि अपना घर का खाना बेच रहा है अब. So too
right,
many thoughts until
right,
she just pushed me to start. And see, the reason was pure because I just love feeding people. And these food items that people have eaten at our homes is what I wanted to share with the world.
right,
So that's how it got started. Of course, teething problems. I mean, me cooking in a kitchen and maybe a sous chef, and then my wife packing and trying to experiment with certain kinds of packaging, things leaking, and certain complaints on that, and a lot of things that happened in those initial couple of months when we started from home. The good thing is, and I think that's a core value system, is the food needs to be excellent and consistent.
mhm,
And that's where the jungliness needs to go out of the system at times, where you kind of, start cooking by the gram, measuring things, keeping things, absolutely, whether it's the produce, the meat, the ghee, the dairy, we don't compromise. And that's something I will not compromise on my ingredients and consistency. So that's something that we've, took us time. Now, 3 years it took us to actually get into the whole cloud kitchen space. This is a big failure for me because I should have moved maybe faster from the whole pop-up and the whole home kitchen,
right,
experimental proof of concept I did, which worked very well, where 80% repeat customers in COVID, product was excellent. I mean, honestly, the reviews were really good, except for, of course, certain things with packaging and then sometimes,
yeah,
with product. And we kept reinventing the wheel and correcting those. But it was a small boutique operation. For me to scale this up and get to where I am today with this whole cloud kitchen business took a lot of learning, research, meeting multiple people and I was never getting my product right. It was always inconsistent. That's why it took me so many years. But now when I look back, I'm glad I waited 2 years or 3 years to actually start this to feed Pan India. And I think the operations that we adopted is keeping the food consistent, which is super important to me. And learnings are every day, whether it's on,
yeah.
on multiple factors. So I think we're evolving with customer feedback, with multiple facets, and I'm learning as I go along.
No, but kudos to you, yeah, Arman. I see the passion you do your thing with, and plus everyone also have been reading some good reviews about the brand which you've been, giving it to your customers. So kudos to your passion. I think passion leads you to success, and I feel that, you're doing a fantastic job by spreading, a lot of people keep that as a secret, as you said, they don't want to share their family recipes. But you spreading joy to the world, through food, it's
But
something
sorry,
I
you
think,
said it's a double-edged sword, right? Because for us, also you think, I mean, these are recipes that my grandmom's created. It
yeah,
was given with so much love to so many people. Yeah, there's a legacy behind it. I
yeah,
mean, it doesn't have to be because it's Kapoor legacy.
yeah,
I mean, just generally, right? It's your family member done something with so much love for so many people. वो नाम बदनाम नहीं करना है. That
exactly.
pressure is always there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That ये अपना घर का खाना है. It's very easy for you to make a small mistake and then get really
right,
tarnished.
right.
With God's grace, people have received it very well, but again,
Yeah,
it's a long journey.
yeah,
Like you said, the F&B space
yeah,
is something long. You have to
yeah,
play the long game.
yeah,
Uh, I mean, but every day there's massive frustration. Oh my God, I didn't get so many orders. Why are things not going viral? Is my content working? Are people resonating with me? There are a
yeah,
lot of questions you keep asking yourself on a daily basis. But I think we're hustling and hustling and hustling, and I think that hustle will get us to where we want to be.
yeah. So now that comes to a fun segment. This is going to be quick rapid fire round. Just asking you quick, quick
That
questions
is
about you, just to know you more personally, Armaan. So to begin with, my first would be in the family, who's the biggest foodie and who pretends he's on a diet but doesn't diet at all?
so. Biggest foodie. That's a very tough one. Everyone is like I don't know. I mean, सब भूखे नंगे family में. A very tough one to kind of biggest foodie. Okay, I mean, I would say my mom. I would say Karina. First two names that come to my mind. Pretends to diet but doesn't diet. Okay, Neetu auntie only diets. Ridhima only diets. Uh, I would say Karina again.
Okay. Suppose y'all have a family, Kapoor family WhatsApp group, if who is the one who mutes messages and who's the one who sends spammy voice notes?
Who sends? Who mutes
Spammy
messages?
voice notes and who
But
mutes
how do you
messages?
know if someone mutes messages? I don't know how that works.
Who doesn't
People just don't
who doesn't really reply that often?
respond.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good one. So I think on a chat, uh, let's put it this way. I think Ranbir would message less
Okay.
and like one line messages once in a while.
Right.
Uh, and voice notes. I mean, the older generation love their forwards. So I think
Right.
I would give that to my mom. Just
Okay.
anything forward. Even Bebo
Okay.
does that though, very often forward.
Okay. What
So
is that one song which really resonates with you of your grandfather, Mr. Raj, the legendary showman, Mr. Raj Kapoor?
uh, you know, a
Yeah.
song that I probably heard 5,000 times
Yeah.
was Jina Ya Manna Hai because
Right.
uh, my mom just kept playing that on repeat when I was a kid,
Right.
the whole circus part. So growing up, Jina Ya Manna Hai for sure.
Right.
Uh, but a song like in the last let's say 4 or 5 years that I do listen to a lot is Ramaya Vastavaya.
Okay. Who's the closest sibling you are to, whether it comes to anything you want to share, any secret, and you think they
I,
can
my,
keep a
my,
secret?
m- that's very, very difficult because it just everyone's like talking. But I would say my brother. I have a younger brother, Adar. My
Right.
brother is someone you know, I mean, we've beaten the shit out of each other growing up, but we also do have a soft side and we share things. So
Right. What is that one quote you stand by?
one quote.
Quote, yeah.
So I mean, I don't know how to frame this, but I would just simplify saying hard work is a necessity.
Right.
Uh, it's not कि when people say अरे मैं तो बहुत मेहनत कर रहा हूँ वो तो करना ही है
Right.
and the outcome is not in your control. Just keep going and keep enjoying. I mean, I can't frame it as a beautiful quote, but just keep going, keep trying, keep working hard. It's part of life, and the outcomes are in your control. Just keep enjoying every day working.
Right. I want to also know, what is, suppose you're stressed, you have like tough days, everything is not a rosy day, so what is the genre of music you go to, because they say music is also a therapy. They say music therapy also, helps people and heals people. So what is that kind of music which you go to when you just want to relax and, not stress about things?
So I'm not like I said, for me, growing up was, less music and film was sports. For me, it's sports. I
Okay.
mean, it's purely like for me, I want to unwind. That's why I play a sport pretty much every day.
Right.
I can be very angry and
Yeah.
I can be very aggressive when I play my games, but it really helps me like kind of it's my yoga.
Right.
Cooking is something at times that I feel when I enter the kitchen, I just forget everything. So I would say sports and cooking for sure.
Yeah. What is
But
tough?
music at times, like in the gym, I would love, like, I like I've started liking like Afrotech music of late. I love EDM in the gym. Really pumps me. Even when I'm having like a tough day, I like that adrenaline with like EDM in the gym.
Okay. In the Kapoor dining table, what is more tougher, the cinema conversations or ordering food for the day?
100% ordering food. That's that. Oh my God, the amount of time wasted on on travel plans, on food plans. क्या खाएंगे, कब खाएंगे,
Right.
कल क्या खाएंगे, परसों क्या खाएंगे. First eat your food today, then discuss रात का meal, परसों का meal, तरसों का meal. It's a constant banter on the table.
Right. Okay, and my last question would be for the episode, what is that one message, especially to the Gen Zs or to the young entrepreneurs, from your side directly, would you like to tell them, where probably your hustle stories, it's always a hustle, as you said earlier, to make a brand successful. So, what is that something that you'd like to say from your side to the viewers of watching us
Yeah,
today?
so what I would like to say, I mean, I think it takes like failure and like, being down and out to really realize at times. I mean, not always, but for me at least, to realize the true value and meaning of working and not kind of shutting the outside world. It could
Mhm.
be family at times, it could be friends. I mean, like we discussed pressures, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's family pressure does not have to be, obviously. I mean, of course, I come from the cinema world, so you have those pressures as well. But a lot of pressures, right? There's so much content out there, people, their lives, and social
Mhm.
media, and comparing yourself to others. Just focus on what you have to do.
Yeah.
Don't look at what the others have to do. And of course, I mean, 99% you're going to fail, but that 1% you succeed. You will be, you just respect that moment
Yeah.
and keep persisting. I mean, keep persisting and enjoying what you're doing, and yeah, try to declutter as much, I would say. I mean, every day. I mean, if I look back at the last 15 years, I probably would have failed 14 and a half years,
Yeah.
and maybe felt like, it depends on what you define success and failure. So
Yeah.
I think my definition has changed now. Me just being busy and having work is a success to me, things that I
Yeah.
didn't have. That's something I crave for years. So you have something to chase, you have something to do, respect it, smile and do it.
Right. I couldn't agree more. Like today, I'm also a father of two daughters. I keep telling my daughters also, that you just have to participate and work hard. You can't and leave the outcome, but just do your best so you're satisfied with that you've put in that 100%. So I couldn't agree more with you, yeah, Arman.
Of course, like for example, the film that I worked on, we hustled so hard for 2.5 years. Didn't sleep, right? It was 18-hour work days for 2.5 years. We enjoyed it. When I look back, I miss it. Like it's been 3 months now, we're dining over. Luckily got the opportunity to do everything on the film, from writing to like directing to show running to producing, hands-on, from legal papers to finance to accounting, everything. It was
Right,
a hustle.
right,
But the thing is, those 2.5 years of your time, so you enjoyed every day. The outcome or that day the film releases, kitna paisa, that's one day.
right.
It's what it means. It depends on. I didn't look at that as a success metric.
Yeah,
My success metric was I was busy working, and that made me sleep well at night every single day.
yeah,
So that's what I am looking to do for the rest of my life. And if that's the only thing I pray for when I didn't have work, is that that emptiness killed me and would kind of, I felt like depressed at times. A lot during COVID. I had no work, no company, years of auditioning, bhatkoing around, and not being aimless. And that's the one thing I pray for, is just you know keep me busy, and that's
yeah,
that's that's success for me. Being busy is success.
right. All right. Thank you so much, Arman. That comes to the end of the episode. It was such a lovely chat with you. I'm hoping to see you now
Thank
when I'm
you.
in the Bay, very soon. So
Sure.
we'll definitely
Either
catch
here
up.
or on Kolkata, my favorite city now.
Yeah,
I visited once, and I think I'm gonna go back multiple times. So
yeah. So great. So I'm going to see you definitely on the other side very soon and wishing you all the best for all your future endeavors, bro. And
lovely.
catch you soon then, bro. Take care
Catch you soon.
and thank you so much for this episode.